Hey guys, it's me, Phoenix. We are going to do another read. Please do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification to be notified when I post a new video. Remember, red hearts if you made it through, purple hearts if it resonates, green hearts if you're working on it, and yellow hearts if you just rock with me and got my six, meaning got my back, because I got yours. I love you guys. Thank you guys for all the support. We are going to pull from the Ascended Life Oracle deck. We are moving forward. There, see, children, birth, and bridge. There's new opportunities. Children can be new opportunities. It can also be that children are involved in the situation that you're going through. And it also could be that it says raise your children. Raising your children. It says helping or working with children, starting a family, emotionally immature behavior. So you could be dealing with somebody who is emotionally immature, or you could be starting a family or starting something new. And basically, you are, you know, doing what it takes to survive, basically. And with children, everybody knows that you have to raise them correct way. Or with children, you also know that things that happen as a child can affect an adult or somebody becoming an adult. And so you could be dealing with somebody that's childish. So birth, new opportunities, starting over, reinventing yourselves, and birth of a child, idea, or a project. So this could be a good thing right now. This is building a bridge and getting over a bridge. Another phase in life. It says transition, need to find common ground, and building, bridging the gap. So, and then it says contracts here. So this leads me to believe that there's some type of new beginning when it comes to important legal matters. It says agreement between two parties and making something official, an application and signature. So you could be starting things over. The mountain, obstacles and challenges, possible delays, patience needed, requires perseverance. And so again, this seems like new opportunities for me. So what I'm going to do is I think this is going to be a career read because you're moving forward on your career path. And so this is a good thing. So with that being said, I'm going to pull from the career deck. I don't know exactly what it's called, but it is a career deck. Unreliable. So listen, it says you're struggling with finishing things you start. So I think this is a part of you actually coming to a realization of the new things. If you're going to start something, try to finish it, and it's a struggle to finish things because at some point you don't see that there's any growth. You start to doubt, you start to lose faith, lose hope in regards to wherever you are or whatever you're doing. And if you're listening to the naysayers or you're telling people what you're doing, they're always going to have something negative to say. So just kind of keep this under wraps and move forward. If this is a new opportunity or a new beginning, or even with having kids, some people don't want you to experience that or always have something negative to say. So again, it says you're struggling with finishing things you start. Excuse you, I am the biggest person when it comes to procrastination and feeling things and kind of going in my shell and just moving forward to the things that make me happy at the moment, or at that time. If I'm doing something and I don't see any growth in it, sometimes I'll move forward to something else. That's why I have a lot of irons in the fire. But for the most part, starting and finishing things are something that you have to do. It starts with me, at least respectfully, by writing things down. I have to write it down and cross it off as I finish it, and write it down to remind me of the things that I started that I have not finished. And I have to give myself times to do it. So at this point in my life, I'm at the point where I have to be accountable for my actions, even with this channel, or when I do my business stuff. I have 24 hours a day to get it complete. So sometimes I always say late night, early mornings. And the late night, early mornings is because I'm working in the middle of the night and finishing it up right there when the deadline is due. And with me doing school and just even with this channel, just my accountability, with my kids, of course, I'm always there. But, I was taking them to school, picking them up, making sure they're at practice on time. Well, my youngest made sure that I got him there at least an hour early because I'm always running late. But I say this to say to you that my my accountability for the things that I need to do, and people waiting for and expecting things from you by a certain time is kind of hard for me, but I'm writing it down and I'm getting through it. So again, you're struggling with finishing things you start. Start only one thing at a time, and I'm bad at that because I start several things at a time. Start small and believe you're a finisher. So I believe that I'm a finisher, just when I'm going to finish it, that's the whole thing. So I'm making myself accountable for me finishing things and doing things on time. But remember how my energy goes, and you guys know, if you guys hear me, that I'll go in hermit mode. I'll just have to sit still for a minute and move forward when I feel like it. And that's just how I'm at, where I'm at. And it's just me coming to a realization on how I do things and being accountable for it. And I'm okay with that, because again, I'm not on anybody else's time besides me completing school. And now my kids are grown. I can pretty much do what I need to do when I need to do it 24 hours throughout the day, except I have a deadline for my homework and things like that. So just to let you know, and a believer, you're finishing. Yes, believe that you're going to finish it. I have been finishing a lot of the things. I'm actually proud of myself. So this is not about me. This is about understanding where we are and where I'm at. And so that you can understand that it's okay. Dreams demand hustle, but perfection, where's my sign at? Oh, progress, not perfection. You can't see it, but progress, not perfection. Nothing is perfect. Nothing's ever going to be perfect. Just do it and move forward. Creativity takes courage. So when you're being creative and when you're starting something new, it takes courage to be able to do it. But always remember, the darkest nights produce the brightest stars. So maybe this is something that somebody needed to hear. You're not going to see the growth overnight. It's going to take time. It can take 10 years. It could take 5 years. It can take 1 year. It can take all of a sudden a spark. But when that spark happens, you're going to be ready. You're going to be ready for the next step after it, because you're going to write down everything and go after the steps of getting that complete. And so that's just my inspiration to you. You have a pattern of jumping around. This is my card. You have a pattern of jumping around from one thing to another. Yes, I do. I don't do anything that does not excite me. I always remember that. So if it excites me, then I'll do it. But agreements between two parties, making something official, application and signature. So again, whatever you're starting, write it down, find the process, write the processes down, cross them off as you finish them, so that you can know, even if you have the tendency, like it says, talking about me, to start things, you have a pattern of jumping around from one thing to another. So if you're jumping around from one thing to another, if you have it, let me just show you just how I operate. If you have it, you just write down everything and you move forward. You write down everything and you go from there. And, you write it down, you exit off as you finish or as you get to that. So what I'm telling you to do is to say, for instance, if you're starting a YouTube channel, let's just say, because we're here on YouTube. If you're starting a YouTube channel, what is the first thing that you need when you start a YouTube channel? Okay, you need a YouTube name. All right, so that's something that you have to research, a name. From the name, you have to research any type of, if you want a website for that name, or if you're going to do a business under it. So you might have to get an LLC, you might have to get a corporation, however you want to do it, or just a business to operate out of your home. Those are the things. So first thing you're going to do is search how to start a business, an online business. And then you're going to go from there. So from the online business, you have your name. You get your name, you put it in there, and then, okay, nobody has taken that name, and then you move forward from there. You got to figure out the algorithm. You got to figure out everything else. So you're going to start researching those things. So you're going to write those down, X them off as you finish them, and put it into fruition. Once you exit off, then that means it's already on paper. It's on paper and it's already done, and then moving forward. Okay, now you're going to start with the video. What type of video you're going to make? What are you going to talk about? Those type of things. So moving forward, it says settling. Listen, and this is the problem when it comes to where we get to when we get discouraged. Settling. Your soul is telling you you're on the wrong path. allowing yourself the time and space to evolve and find your true path. You are in a state of avoidance because the action needed is too hard. And so that's when we get to being discouraged, because we can sign up for all these contracts all we want, but then we get discouraged because, again, we feel like the actions are too hard to take. And that's why I say just be accountable for what, research it first and then move forward. And then home. It says invest in a home business. So again, home-based businesses, best businesses to invest in, but always know what it takes in order to invest in the type of business that you're investing in, and then also not jumping from one thing to another. So find out everything that you want to do, pick the biggest thing, and not say that you can't do the other ones. Put that on a piece of paper, write them down, and pick the one that's you're passionate about the most. It says, or making money from home. So again, YouTube is the best option for making money. YouTube, TikTok, it's people dancing on TikTok now making money and got all kind of endorsements. But again, if you didn't start from where I told you to like research it, and you all of a sudden are overnight fame, then you have to go backwards and research it and find and see if that name is taken and do all these different things. But you might as well start in the beginning, right? It says housewife, babysitter, cooking, or any home-based business. So again, if you like to cook, if you like to bake, if you like to clean, you can do videos of that. Get out of the rat race and become your own boss. So that is a part of these contracts, and not settling for somebody telling you that you can't do it because somebody else did it. So in the process of this, I'm going to read this because this is the biggest thing that will deter you if you don't do this. Silence. It says move in silence while you continue to build. Silence is the best way to increase your personal power. It says share too much too soon. Not everyone is honest and trustworthy. So again, people can take your ideas, but these are the obstacles that you have to face. Not just take your ideas. People can discourage you. Possible delays, patience are needed, and requires perseverance. So again, you cannot tell even the people that are close to you about your experience of what you want to do, because again, it gets to the point to where somebody can try to discourage you, and that's what you're gonna not be a part of. So in that process, I'm gonna go ahead and pull from tarot just to see where your energy is. I wanted to pull from something else, and I don't know where my cards are, so I can't. Maybe I'll find them. It's the Life Purpose deck by Melody Beattie. No, I said that wrong. By Doreen Virtue. It's a Life Purpose deck. But because we're evolving, I'm going to pull from the Evolution of the Soul deck, because you're moving forward. But in the process, I think this is everything we need to know, is that, perspective shift. So you're changing your perspective. It says phase of deep questioning, seeing through the lies and delusions. Stop seeing life as you once did. So again, once you stop seeing life as you once did, then you're going to be able to step out and to do something different. A lot of people are remember, and this is not to be disrespectful when it comes to people that have been around me, but some people, or just people in general, some people don't believe in you because you guys came from the same place. And if you're walking around here doing TikTok videos, they're going to be like, oh, she's just childish or whatever. But tragedies happen. So tragedies help you find your purpose. Deep lessons concealed in tragedies, helping others cope during tragedies. So I just feel like, what's going to take for you to move forward is when, and respectfully, and hopefully this isn't happening, somebody to piss you off at work, or you be on the verge of losing your job or something like that. Not putting that out in the energy, or in the universe, but just things that somebody make you mad to put fuel under the fire. And that sometimes come in the form of tragedy. It says breaking contracts. Contracts stop serving your growth. So when you're getting to a point to where you're at a job and you get stagnant, this can start making you stagnated. Did I say that right? When you start to feel like you're being treated a certain way, or you don't like the way you're being treated, or they're not valuing you as a person. It says freeing yourself from a soul contract, altering your divine blueprint. So you're changing the way things are being done, but you have to do it in silence again. So I'm going to go ahead and pull from the Monopoly deck and to see what comes out in tarot. You have to understand that when you reach a plateau, when it comes to certain situations, you you start to see things in a different light. But then again, when it says a silence, I'm telling you respectfully, please don't tell everybody what you're doing. Stop running things across people. Look, this card flew way over here. Yeah, mentally stuck. Excuse me. The same thing as perspective shift. Eight of Swords energy. The Eight of Swords energy is just letting you know that you overthinking and self-critical and feeling trapped, when it comes to where you are. And so that's why you're starting to look for alternative ways to make money. It says, yeah, see? Queen of Cups energy, supporter of compassion and intuitive feelings. You already know that you reached your point. Here, let me put this over here. You already know that you reached your blanket breaking point and that you're mentally stuck. And so when your intuition or your third eye chakra is blocked, your understanding, your perception, and your intuition, you feel like a fool. When that is blocked, you feel like a fool, or you feel like you can't pass go and you can't collect your $200, but you leave it all behind. And see, this is when we feel stagnant and we feel a certain way. That's where the burdens start to come in at, and they start to be heavy. And then we start to change our perspective on why we're doing things. Yeah, because there's no growth in the situations with the sun being in reverse. And so, everything is starting to change the way you see things, and you're starting to want to create things that make you happy and do things that you want that make you happy, so you're breaking contracts. It comes with tragedy, and tragedy could be in the form of no growth and just having too many burdens, heavy burdens guarding and leaving it all behind. Eight of Cups energy, because again, the Eight of Cups energy is walking away from the things that no longer serve you. And the Hangman being here also at the bottom of the deck, moment of glory. See, once you start to step out on faith and move forward, you start to change your perspective. You start to switch things, and then things start to be victorious, and success starts to happen, and then good news starts to happen. And that is when it comes to how you step out on faith and you actually starting to complete things, because it takes for some type of, again, grief, sorrow, or finding a way out, seeking liberation, meaning heartbreak, breaking contracts, and tragedy. You're feeling like you've outworn your welcome. Hangman being the Hangman energy is willing to surrender to an experience or a situation. You've been surrendering too much and you haven't been doing things that you love. So now it's an ending. It's time for you to end things and move forward when it comes to the toxic environments and not having balance in a situation. Temperance energy. So again, you have to get to the point to where you're tired of dealing with this. The Death energy says, let me read it to you. Embrace change and let go of what no longer serves you. Death is not the end. It's a transformation that brings new beginnings. All of this is a new beginning. And then the devil energy, self-destructive patterns. The devil energy is letting you know that it's time for you to move forward. These things are making you have to settle and making you feel like you are not able to do it. So you're leaving it all behind, leaving all the burdens behind because there's no growth, and you've just been willing to surrender to an experience or a situation. And temperance is having balance. The temperance energy says, cultivate balance, harmony, and peace in yourself and in your environment. Seek moderation and find your calm center. When you actually step out on faith, the sadness and finding a way out, and seeking liberation when it comes to, when it comes to you securing yourself and your energy and moving forward. You have to move forward to a Wands energy when it comes to the things that keep you stagnant. And sometimes it can be a job. Sometimes it can be because, you need to go back to school, or sometimes it could be just in regards to building bridges and crossing over the bridges and just needing to find a common ground within yourself and having a perspective shift. And so that is why you will leave it all behind when it comes to the old jobs, the things, the feelings, So this is a business read. This is about you moving forward. So I'm going to pull from the Law of Attraction deck, because I just feel like you're moving forward because you've been stagnant. You've reached this plateau of you actually, realizing that you've been settling and that there's more out there for you. But again, silence is the key when it comes to serenity. Yeah, your serenity. It says taking care of your vibration. Yeah, positive environments. Yes, clearing your space, chakras, and energy balance. And you have to get in line with your chakras and understand that you have what it takes to move forward, but you got to visualize it. And remember, I said the darkest nights produce the brightest stars. It's darkest before the dawn. It says the visualization is see yourself achieving the highest possible outcome, experiencing experience feeling and details. So you have to see yourself experiencing it and feeling it. And then remember that it's darkest before the dawn. Breakdown before breakthrough. So always remember that when you change your perspective and you shift into realizing what is keeping you stuck, you will always feel, and that's why it says keep silent in regards to it, because if you tell the people around you, they might just try to shut you down, and or your ideas down. And so right here, this black sign here, dream as though you have nothing to lose, believe as though anything is possible, love as though your heart knows no bounds, live as though there's only today. So you're moving forward into the right now. And remember, if plan A fails, there's 25 more letters in the alphabet, and so that's just how you have to realize. But remember, progress, not perfection. Nothing that you do in the beginning is going to be perfect, and then mistakes are proof that you are trying. I always have these around me because I want you to always understand that this is what keeps me going on those darkest days. So it says darkest before the dawn, breakdown before breakthrough, major shifts in progress, dissolving barriers and ascending. So again, that is what you're doing. You're dissolving the barriers by not settling and by keeping your secrets and everything that you're doing to yourself. And remember that the unreliability of this is you starting something and not finishing it. But I also feel like it's not just not finishing it, it's not knowing where you left off at once you started. So that's why I say, and this is a key to me and everything that I have to do, I write things down, I write the process down, and then I exit off as I finish it. And then when I go back to it, whether it be 30 things or 40 things, I know where I ended off at, or where I stopped, because I have that that line through the last part that I started, that I stopped working on. So that's just how I see that energy. So I'm going to pull from the Doors deck. This is the Doors deck. This is the fortune cookie deck, and the what is my girl's name? I'll see her. What is her name? What's her name? She's a Cancer. Anyway, this is to move forward. These are positive affirmations. Friendship. So it says friendship. A friend needs your help. Your kindness and excellent counseling skills will help put them back on track. So this could be a business. This could be you counseling people. This could be somebody that needs your help. And so that's just kind of how I see that. Whatever it is, if you're starting a business, you have to do what you're passionate about. Manifestation. Remember, you manifest. Sorry about that. I know that was loud in your ears. So it says a bountiful time awaits you. Your wish could manifest right before your eyes. So remember, you have the ability to manifest things, but also you have the ability to help people, whether it be friendship or not. You have the ability to help people, but you have to see this. So if this is a business of you just being there and not necessarily being a therapist, if you have the credentials, fine. But if you want to talk people through your experiences in order to help them get through their experiences, not that you're a licensed therapist, but you're somebody who has the knowledge to be able to do something that you're experienced for. And so that is the business right there. So there you have it. I'm going to go ahead. We're going to let this energy go. I didn't pull from my crystal deck. Hold on. Let's pull from the crystal deck. Citrine. I have citrine all right here somewhere. It's little pieces and it's big pieces everywhere. So citrine is physical vitality, prosperity, and creativity. It says this deals with your solar plex, sacral, and crown chakra. Your solar plex chakra is your optimism, your clarity, and your personal power. So when you stand on your personal power and you realize that it's time for you to end things that keep you stagnant and keep you feeling like a fool or keep the burdens heavy for you, you turn around. Hold on one second. My son is calling me. Hold on. Sorry about that. So The solar plex chakra, I don't know what I said. Oh, physical vitality, prosperity, and creativity. Your solar plex chakra, again, I'll repeat it. Your optimism, your clarity, and your personal power. You have to take your personal power back in the process of you moving forward. The thing is that you not having your personal power is keeping you mentally stuck. And so that's where the settling comes in at. You cannot settle for things that don't make you happy anymore, or be in hangman energy, or feeling like a fool when it comes to not being able to grow and holding on to burdens. This is where the endings and the self-destructive, and also having balance when it comes to the perspective shift. The birth, the children, and the bridge is you actually having an awakening and moving forward when it comes to another phase of your life. And that's the new beginnings. And that's what the endings bring, new beginnings. But you have to understand and manifest these things, and remember that it's darkest before the dawn. And also breaking contracts. And what I really stress to you, and sometimes it's hard to go through stuff and to do things when it comes to not being able to talk to the people who you really care about, but silence is the best thing in this process. You have to write it down and move forward. And write it down. When I say write it down and move forward, you have to write it down and move forward and check off the things that you do. And I repeat that several times, because if you get to a point to where you start one thing, and it's just me saying it to you because I've done it. If you get to the point to where you say, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that. Well, when it comes to the point to where you run back into the same people that you told that, even though you know that you're working on it and you started several things and you stopped and then you started back and then you stopped again, nothing happens overnight. So what people don't realize when it comes to social media is that social media is like, boom, YouTube time. Let me pause it. Boom. 10 weeks later, boom, 20 weeks later, boom, 4 years later, and I'm now started from the bottom. Now I'm here. They just want you to see now I'm here. They don't let you see the pains of them being rejected, or, so it's good to see these documentaries of these people on social media starting from the bottom and also through the process of it. And so that's the thing. That's why I say you got to keep it silent and write down where you are. Get you a board, get you something, a book, and write down where you are and write down everything, and then right where you left off at and move forward. But keep this in silence. I'm going to read this again. It says, move in silence while you continue to build. Silence is the best way to increase your personal power. Again, this is about your personal power. Your personal power is your solar plex chakra. You having clarity of where you are. Don't care about what anybody else thinks. Visualize it. Visualize what it is that you're trying to do. Experience it twice. Experience it when you're going through and writing down how you see things going to be, and also experience how you, and then be able to experience it once it comes through, but it's not going to happen overnight. Silence is the best way to increase your personal power. Again, your personal power, your physical vitality, your perspective, and your creativity. You have to know how you got to this point. So the sacral chakra is your emotions. You are going to be emotional. It's an up and down roller coaster. You're going to start, you're going to stop. Your perspective is going to change. You're not going to believe. You're going to get stuck. You're going to want to leave it all behind. The burdens are going to be too heavy. You're going to feel like a fool. You're going to feel like you're in limbo. You're going to feel like there's no growth. You're not going to see it. But here's the thing. The difference is with a job and with you doing something that is for you and for your own business, you will see everything that you started and where you are. And when it gets to that point, you'll be proud. But until then, you're going to doubt. It's going to be so much doubt, even if it's work from home businesses, things like that. All of these things, you have to start mentally in your mind and see it before you start it, and then actually start doing it so that you can see the progress. I look at my cups. I love my cups, the Phoenix Empath Intuitive. I love the asset, not a liability cup. I love everybody who bought the cups for me, because I know that when they do see the cups and they drink their coffee or whatever it is, they'll remember what we talked about at that point when they decided to buy the cup, So anyway, sharing too much too soon. Not everyone is honest and trustworthy. So some people may hurt you when they tell you their opinions. So dealing with your crown chakra is your spirituality, the wisdom, and the selflessness when it comes to you doing this for yourself, and your wisdom when it comes to why you're deciding to do it. But your spirituality is your belief system. You have to believe in what it is that you need to do and why you're doing it. You have to believe in it, visualize it, and manifest it, right? It says it right here, manifestation. No matter what somebody tells you, you're going to be victorious. You're going to be successful. You're going to receive all the good news, but you have to believe in yourself and be silent and not tell everybody what you're trying to do. So let's let this energy go after we say this affirmation. The affirmation says, my life is filled with positivity and abundance. Be positive in this situation. This is called growth. This is you stepping out on faith and you doing something for yourself and not settling anymore. So let's let this energy go. I now let go of worn out conditions of lack, doubt, hate, negativity, procrastination, stagnation, sadness, generational curses, debt, bad energies, heartbreak, bad health, and addictions. And remember, addictions can be to a person, place, thing, or situation. Remember, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification to be notified when I post a new video. Remember, red hearts if you made it through, purple hearts if it resonates, green hearts if you're working on it, yellow hearts if you got my back, if you got my 6, if you just rock with me. Got my 6 means have my back like I have yours. I love you guys.